breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
G'day Visions, how we all going? Welcome back to Dusty Visor Mancave Sessions for November 2024. Been a massive month for us here, of course, with the Big news being, of course, we've got a new Formula One champion. And got Jorge Martin, the Martinator, world champion. Let me try and get rid of this. Hold on. Big news being. Big news. Done it. Right, sorry about that. Anyway, Jorge Martin, the Martinator, world champion. I thought he'd do it. I was hoping he was going to do it. Come to the wire, though. Pretty close, I guess, if he'd fallen off on the last at Barcelona. It may have ended differently, but he kept his cool finally and saw it out to the end. Rode a conservative ride and, of course, got there. First time in the modern era for MotoGP that a satellite team, a non-factory team, has taken the championship. So well done there, Jorge Martin. Off to Aprilia next year with his number one on. But I think that Marc Marquez on a factory Ducati is going to be a big challenge next year. So very exciting to see that. It's going to be great. Yeah, tremendous. Anyway, the old Martinator. So he's done well for himself. What other news has happened in MotoGP? Quite a bit happening, really. I see that... what else? That the... Dorna. Now, Dorna holds the license for MotoGP, and they've just re-signed for until 2030. No, 2060, pardon. Excuse me. I can't believe how many years they've signed an agreement for to run MotoGP. Now, you may think that they're doing a good job, or you may not. I don't know. But I know one thing. They're a Spanish company, and to be fair, they have been bought out, but they kept all the same management in place, and they run things the Spanish way, definitely the European way. And if you look at the grid these days, it seems to be half the riders are Spanish, and the other half, the other Italian, and then a few others, but mostly Spanish. And of course, how many GPs do they have in Spain? It's supposed to be one for each country, and I think they normally have 3. I know they went back to Barcelona this year because of the flooding in Valencia, but they still did, still did 3 there. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. That's a long time, 2060, and they're pretty freaking money hungry. I know it's very expensive. As soon as you want anything to do with MotoGP, they sting you like a freaking wounded bull. So it's going to be interesting to see. How it pans out. Because if you don't like them, I don't know how they can break away from them. So a bit of a stranglehold on MotoGP, the old Spanish, and more ways than one. See what happens there. Let me know. What are you guys thinking? Steve, what do you think? Dorna. I'm not a big Dorna fan myself, but there you go. One good thing I see out of the season, though, old Trackhouse, first MotoGP team from the US. They debuted this season. Didn't make any top standings, but at least they did a full factory season. So bring attention to the Americans. It's one sport that they can't say that theirs is the World Series, I guess. Anyway, and I do notice that MotoGP has a new logo. Did anybody notice that? There it is, right there, up in the top left corner. Anyone else notice? All part of the new era, maybe. But anyway, that's MotoGP. So well done, the old Jorge. Did a good job. Kept us cool for a stand. There's the final standings. Jorge Martin, 580. So Banyaya 498. So they took it down to the wire. The very last GP of the season, same as last year, except this time Jorge Martin didn't get taken out by everybody else in the last couple of races. So very cool. Enjoyed that. Now Bastianini, you know, he seems to slip under everyone's radar, but that guy's come up with the goods quite a bit in the last 2 seasons, and so I'm pleased to see him in third. Well, Brad Binder, the only non-Ducati in the top 10 there, so I don't know how many. Yeah, definitely top 10. He's the only one in the top 10. So there you go. Aprilia to break the Ducati dominance, I guess, but you know, you can't be perfect. Not perfect 10, but 9 will do. That's cool. Yeah, very. I know what you're saying, Steve. A shame that Ducati didn't pick up Jorge Martin. I understand why and all that sort of stuff, you know, but I don't you think, well, I wonder if they could run 3 bikes, you know. Imagine if they could run 3 bikes in a team. But anyway, they took a gamble on Marc Marquez. Still might pay off in the future, though. You know, he had a pretty good season. The best season he's ever had for a long, long time. You know, there he is sitting in 3rd place. Final standings. Again on the satellite bike. So, and you can see the power difference between the 2024 and his bike. Big difference. So, let's see when he's got the latest modern bike. Anyway, it was MotoGP. Oh, no. I didn't see the testing of the new teams and riders. But what I did see, just to break it something in, that, let me see if I can find it. Some good news for your Kiwis. There's your Dorna. Agreement till 2060. Freaking crazy. But, you know, the money talks. Guarantee you somebody, so a few palms were greased to get that contract signed. Anyway, here he is. Man of the moment. Bit of a small picture of him there. Sorry, let's see if I can pull it up. There we go. Probably thinking, who's this rooster? Let me make him smaller. Going on with him? Wait. Not sure we've got that artifact in the way. But anyway, there he is. Young fella there. Let me just find out what his name is. He's a Kiwi boy, just signed for Moto 3. And he's find his name. But anyway, he's the first Cormac Buchanan. He's the first rider in the modern GP area. That is to say, the first rider, Kiwi rider, to be riding on the new machines, not the 2-stroke era. So big deal. Moto 3, Cormac Buchanan is his name. So very cool. So I'm going to be watching him and see how he goes. So there's some Kiwis and some Aussies still in the picture. So very good. Yeah, very pleased about that. What else has been happening? Alonso did it right in the Moto 2 bike. Yeah, he did. True. How did your ride go this afternoon travelling so close? I did go down to the Southern Classics on this weekend in levels here, and of course I went to that, and it's practice day today. But always on practice days, their tradition is that after what do you call it? After practice around 4 o'clock, they have a go where you can jump on, and they're all lying there and sitting there on the grid. You can jump on a sidecar and go for a spin around the track, do a couple of laps. I did it a couple of years ago and videoed that, and then I did it again just today. And this time I struck gold because I got some guy was riding a Yamaha 1000, and I tell you what, that thing freaking can fly. Yeah, definitely had to hold on to that bugger. So, that guy Cormac, he's riding for, can't remember now. I've got the blurb somewhere. He's riding for one of the long established teams, which is a good sign. So I'm sure they know what they're talking about too. I know what's happening. Let me fix the green screen, everybody. It's slowly creeping down. Didn't climb at the centre. So close to your ass. Yeah, it was tricky because the toes of your boots. The toes of your boots will scrape on the ground if you're not careful. So they're hanging off the back of the chair, and if you're not careful, you'll scrape your toes on the track. I did have the old helmet cam on, but I haven't had time to pull it all off and that yet. So, but there'll be something. I'll put something in of that. I do have a bit of a video here somewhere. I might put on later. So, yeah, no, good. What's he really talking about? Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to seeing what old Pedro's going to do next year. I was a big fan of Pedro Costa. But yeah, that guy Alonso, he just absolutely dominated, didn't he? Yeah. I play that Moto Guru game, MotoGP Guru. I just backed him all the time, and he'd won that championship half a dozen rounds ago. Very cool. I bet he'll get a full MotoGP ride next year if he hasn't signed up now. Hopefully he doesn't go to one of the satellite towns. They put him more straight into one of the factory teams, like Pedro Costa. Anyway, the Southern Classic is this weekend, as Stretch was talking about. So that is at Levels here. It's the largest classic race meeting in New Zealand. There'll be 200 or 300 bikes there. It's over 3 days. So practice today and racing tomorrow and Sunday. That's how big it is. They can't fit in all in one day. They need 2 days. It's freaking massive. So there'll be everything from pre-1920 bikes up to, I think, 4 days ago for classics. I think is pre-2004, I think. Anyway, it's going to be epic. We're going down tomorrow. We've got our big marquee. I took the marquee down today, set that up down the end. Barbecue and chili bin full of beers and that tomorrow and Sunday. And weather's looking going to be fine. Clear, dry track. Maybe a little bit cool. But at least we won't get, we normally get burnt to a crisp and freeze down there. So still like New Zealand weather. I was talking to Steve. Here's very much like Melbourne. We get 4 seasons in a day. And traditionally here before Christmas, the weather's generally not so good. It's real classic spring weather. So that's what we're going to get. And but it's going to be good racing. Always good to race on a cooler day, not too stinking hot. So, yeah. I'm going to go down. If you think about going down, I think it's $15 for a day. Make sure you go down past the pits, go all the way to the end, and you'll see cars and a black marquee pop up down the end of the sweeper. Just cruise on up there, and that's where we'll be. Barbecue will be on. Chili bin going. So, anyway, I was hoping to see someone else down there for the sidecar have a go. It was a bloody ride, actually, to be fair. But anyone else thinking about going down? Mike, Guzzy Mike, I know you went out today. Are you going to go for the racing at all in the weekend? Let me know. I don't know about you, Stretch. You going to come down? Or are you off to Moiraki? Right, what else has happened? Oh, EICMA. I think that's how you pronounce it. 2024, the European Motorcycle Show. Highlights, very interesting. Let's talk about it. It was in Milan, of course. Honda really, to me, stole the headlines. They developed a V3 engine with an electric compressor. So, you know, it's a supercharger thing. But it's very compact. The whole motor is very compact. Let's see if we can see it. They're very compact. Happening. You see that? There it is there. So it's, but it's very powerful. And so I'm not sure how it's going to fit in with the new rules for MotoGP or what they're going to do with it. But yeah, could shake things up as far as the high performance stuff goes. So V3. I mean, the V3's been done before, to be fair, but this thing's quite interesting. What else? Oh, Fantic. Fantic, I think, I can't remember whether they're Spanish or Italian, but they've come out with some new bikes. Come out with this Imola 125 and a 500. So gorgeous, sporty looking bike. So that's the only good picture I could find, unfortunately, but there is better ones. Dripping with Italian flair, of course. So yeah. Anybody had a look at those Fantics yet? Oh yeah, you're going out, Michael, tomorrow. You're going out tomorrow. Good on you. Well, you know where we are. We'll be down the end. You can drop your beers in the chili bin there and keep it cool. Yep, CF Moto's done a V4. Yeah, well, these Fantics aren't, I think, yeah, these are definitely not concept, although that Honda one was concept, of course. Suzuki's back in the dual sport game. Remember they had the old DRs, old DR400s. They sold they were getting rare as hen's teeth. They stopped making them. Well, they must have decided to start making them again. So there you go. All new Suzuki DRZ4 S and the SM, whatever that is. The modern take on classic formula. I bet they'll be really popular, eh? There will be some snags. I don't know about stakes, Stretch, but we'll be down there. Go down past the pits, as I said, and then keep going around to the left, and then go up the bank, and then we'll be down the end in the corner. Great. Yeah. Yeah. So, what else happened at SEMA? I think there's a new MV Agusta out, like a naked sort of thing, like a naked. Looks a bit like a Ducati Monster. Looks pretty freaking awesome. I'm not a big naked bike fan, but it does look cool. Yeah, as Steve says, CF Moto brought out a V4. Quite a few Chinese sort of sport bikes popping up now. And I see the guy that started Covey or whatever you pronounce it, and he left it. And he started, he's just brought out a new couple of sport bikes. I think 500. But I don't think it was in SEMA. But anyway, the Chinese are really getting into it now. We'll see how they get on. I mean, they finished the Dakar. They did the Dakar. Anyway, there we go. Bermuda's World Superbike comeback. So yeah, speaking of legends, Bermuda's officially back in the World Superbikes. You know, they teamed up with Kawasaki for the engines. Of course, that makes sense because the Kawasaki owns basically 50% of the motor, which is a good thing. It means that, if especially they don't build their own motors anyway, so no skin off. It's not going to change anything, I don't think, except for the better. They don't have to worry about the engines anymore. They've got full factory backing. So I remember last time Bermuda raced in superbikes back in the late 80s, or David Tardosi, which is Davide Tardosi, which of course he's Ducati course manager now, and Stefan Mertens. Was it Stefan Mertens? I think it was Belgian, and they were absolutely sending it back in the day. I saw them in the first couple of rounds of World Superbikes in New Zealand. That was at Manfield, so bit of a hick frickin' setup there for professional riders, but anyway, they still came out. Okay, the Zontes. Yeah, what was it about the Zontes, Steve? I saw something about that. Anyway, good to see that Bermuda's back, and it'll be interesting to see how they go. Fingers crossed they make a big impact in 2025. So, and Top Rack still hasn't moved to MotoGP. I'm not sure whether he ever will or whether they want him. I keep waiting for BMW to announce that they're going to race and they're going to have a team in MotoGP. But I bet you with all these freaking rule changes for the engines and stuff, I'll be holding off and waiting to see. They're not going to drop a whole bunch of money trying to develop a new engine right now. A transparent beer. So transparent there. Anyway. Old Bermuda. Oh, there you go. That's me on the sidecar. You guys want to see that. There you go. Some of you guys will recognize my helmet. It's freaking quite a good. Well, no, it's not that I've ridden a lot of the sidecars, but it's 1,000 cc ME, so. And nice in focus fence, but not so much of the bike. I think that was my second lap. So here's me pulling out of the pits, shaking down, getting all set up. I did 2 laps, and I can tell you, and I do my martial arts, so I'm reasonably strong in the upper body, but freaking hell, I was sweating. Sweat was pouring off me by the time we got back to the pit lane. So if you want a good fitness regime, I think be a swinger on a sidecar. That'll keep you fit. Didn't see too many heavy boys swinging, that's for sure. Yeah, I was surprised at the G's. The G forces on you when it accelerates down the back straight. When you're doing it on a bike, you don't really notice, but when you're riding, I really noticed the thing, the acceleration on it. Maybe because you're kind of holding on in different positions, But anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool. Damn good time. And like I say, I've got helmet cam, but I'll put that on later. That's it. That was the last thing we've got of that. Anyway, what else been happening? What have we got coming up? We've got not much. We did quite a bit of riding. Of course, when Snowy was here, went down the stretches and that. And then we bet the weather and zoomed across to the street racing at Greymouth. I know we talked about that last month, I think. Hey, Ghost Grizzo, old Q. Yeah. Oh, yeah, old little Ghost. Well, Ghost Grizzo now, officially. Ghost Grizzo, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it works. Anyway, yeah, Q, it was a lot of fun, the sidecar, mate. A lot of fun. I did it a couple of years ago, as I say, and I'll do it again next year too. Quite a few people lined up this year for it. Like in past years, hardly anybody wanted to do it, but this time there was even a woman in her little little boy, and so there was 3 of them on, the guy riding it, then her and a little boy with the helmet on and stuff going around. It was pretty cool. Yeah, you're right, Q. And I must admit, I looked down for a little bit, and I don't know what was happening, and I instantly got car sick. Instantly. Really weird. Very weird. What are you saying there, Mike? When I was there when a swinger fell off. Oh shit, she did. I've never seen one fall off. Mike. At the hairpin, yeah. A lot of G's on you. And you got a hairpin. You got to switch from one side to the other. And of course you got to go and grab and lean over the back wheel to get around the hairpin. Well, if you miss your grabber, you get in there, it's just gonna flick you back off. So yeah, I can see people. It's easy enough to fall off. Those guys that do Isle, man, mate, they must be super fit. Anyway, what rides we've got coming up? There's a few new people in the Facebook group that have said, "Oh, we want to ride." So there's a girl in Geraldine. She's got a Harley by the looks. And then we met another girl on an MT-09. She was riding all over the show, and she's just moved to South Island from the North Island, so she's just finding out what roads we've got. So hopefully we'll catch up with her and show her a few good roads. But yeah, Christmas coming up quick. A lot trying to fit in another ride before Christmas, maybe even just a day one before one. Been bloody handy being able to stay with Stretch down at his place at Moeraki. That's been fantastic. Pub just walking distance from the house, and 10 minutes from his place we're onto some awesome roads, the Pig Route, and of course the Hyde Middlemarch Road. Just zero traffic and pristine roads. Just corners, just big sweeping, 130, 140k corners. Yeah, it's just awesome. And then they're right there, they're right near his house. So that's been blooming very, very cool being able to do that, and appreciate that very much. Stretch letting us stay there. We always have a good old time. Nobody gets too hammered or anything, and we have some good riding. So I'm not sure where we're going to ride next. There'll be some other local rides out of town here that we'll probably jump in with. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was vertigo, Steve. I just was instantly car sick, and I looked up again. It was gone. So I thought, well, I'm not looking down again. Yeah, it might have been your old brain getting pushed around from one side to the other a bit. I don't know. I do get car sick easily anyway, but generally not from driving. But I do get car sick and seasick very easily, so I'm susceptible to it. But I never got sick last time I rode on the sidecars. But anyway, and what's happening over there in Australia, Steve? I know I said to everybody we'll get Steve on this month, but it's just I've just been crazy with work, and I just had heaps on. So let's try and have a Christmas special before Christmas. I won't make it right close at Christmas. Let me just pull up the old so Christmas Day's on a Wednesday. If we did it on the Friday the 20th, that's probably right, eh? That's back to normal. So the third Friday of the month, which is December the 20th. That's when we'll do the last one then. So, and I see Q's got his first bike video back up. He went. I think he went away the same weekend as I think it was a Labour weekend. I started watching your video, Q, and then I got I got sidetracked and had to go do something. But yeah, Q's latest video since his American trips up. Yeah, well, Steve, we it's an update on the Burt, everyone, because a few of us going to the Burt. Accommodation's full except for one double bed, one double room. Kim's cousin, Kim's brother, and another mate. Looks like, well, I haven't heard from his other mate, but looks like they're going to grab that last couple of single beds. So, oh, that's right. Yeah, it was. It was you out. That's right, because you went up through Martinborough, Tapley Rapid. Tapley Rapid. That's the National MotoGP rally they do every year, once in the North Island. Next year they do it in the South Island. This year it was up north. Okay, good one, Steve. Yeah, it is that crazy time of year. Let me know, and see how things go. But what else has been happening, everybody? We've got 8 people viewing, so if you're just lurking in that, just jump on the chat and say g'day and let us know who you are, what you're riding, where you've been. Ginger nuts. Well, I like ginger nuts. I prefer ginger cats, but that's another story. Oamaru. Well, I could make it to that one. You? To do one Oamaru. Right, I'm out of beer. Give us 5 minutes. Go grab yourself a beer. I'm back in a sec. Don't forget to top up. Yeah. Right on. The stretch coming down tomorrow to the racing. Guzzy Mike's going to be there. What about Nigel? Mike? Is Nige coming? He don't like to go probably too close to home for him on the panny. He probably wants to go a bit further. Don't forget to say g'day if you're watching. Just jump in the chat there, and you can just join in. Just say g'day, say hello. We've been through everything I needed to go through. Mostly MotoGP news this month. Yeah. Where's the racing? The racing this weekend, Steve, is at Levels. So that's our local track near Timaru, Levels International Raceway. It's it's a great track. They make really good use of the land. They've got quite a sort of a long strip, and the track's been around since the 50s. I think it's been around quite a long time. They race trucks and everything there, so like just about all New Zealand tracks, not particularly wide, but fine for bikes anyway. Yeah, the weather has been crazy. I know when Labour weekend when we went to the street racing at Greymouth, we got sunburnt on the Friday going over, and then on the Monday when we came home, there was like a foot of snow on the pass. That was crazy. Yeah, Q, man, it's not too far for you to go. You'll see Guzzies there because it is, it's a classic bike. So, this classic festival and Sound of Thunder. Sound of Thunder's in February at Christchurch, just up the road. You're gonna see every Italian exotic bike, anything European in that you're gonna see racing at these. Those are the premium meetings for bears. So, oh yeah, the photos on the Facebook, Steve. Yeah, yep, from last year. That it's a big meeting. Big meeting. Guys, my nephew is actually down from the North Island. He came down last year, and Liam Henderson, and last year he was riding a Benelli 2C, two-stroke bike. This year he's swinging, and I saw the bike briefly, but they were a bit busy on the spanners. So hopefully they'll get everything sorted out and be racing tomorrow, and I can report on what he's been riding, what he's swinging on. So a young fella, so nice and strong, perfect for swinging off a sidecar. Where you riding this weekend, Q? You must have a ride planned. Is there any rallies or anything on? Nah, my little nephew. No, I don't think he rode down. I think he's got a Guzzi. Him and his dad have got Guzzi Cafe Racer. They cafe raced a couple of nice, done a good job, tasteful job of cafeing a couple of Guzzis. I'm not sure what they were, what the donor bikes were, but no, I think they came down in a van with he'll be on a budget sort of thing, and that being the swinger, and he's only a young fella, only 20, so he would have come down in the van with the sidecar. I'll try to get a few pics on that and put them on the Facebook tomorrow or the next few days. Oh yeah, the Beaumont one. Okay, that's right. You'll be getting busy, won't you, Q? That time of year again. Ready for the big harvest. I remember we were talking about this. We've been doing these live streams for a year. Weren't we talking about this one live stream there, Q, about how things got busy before Christmas? Big harvest time. Well, maybe we need to talk more voice. Yes, the techies be a goblin. I'll be gobbling her out. They'll be shouting. Don't pick me. Don't pick me. What else happening, Q? I run out of things to talk about. Except for Steve maybe coming over for the Burt. Maybe. At some stage, anyway, Steve's going to get over here, and if I don't get over there and see him first, still really want to go see a MotoGP, so not sure yet. I mean, if Steve's about and can show us the ropes, go to the Australian one, but if not, I might do Lombok or the Thai one. I love Thailand, so I used to walk through the jungles of Malaysia, so I don't really need to go back to Malaysia. I've done enough time in Malaysia. Oh, I could go back though. I like the food. But I wonder with MotoGP, why have they pulled out of Kazakhstan? They never had the Kazakhstan. They pulled out of India. Talked about this before. Why? But why have 3 rounds in Spain? You know, you assume that's just to make up because they don't have enough destinations. Or maybe they say, you know, they put a cap on how many GPs they do outside of Europe, you know, because of the money to get there. Hey, what do you guys reckon? See what everyone says. It's been a year? Yeah, must be a year. Year of live streams. Well, we're at 400. We're at about 430 subscribers. So I was hoping to get to 500 this year, but it looks like I won't make it. But you never know. And I know who's tracking along pretty good too. Everyone wants to crack the 1,000 subscribers, but anyway. Yeah, well, look, I've got a cool trip I want to do. We decided that we're going to go to the Burt, then we're going to come back up the west coast. So we'll do Milford Sound, go to the west coast, come all the way back up the coast. That is New Zealand's Great Ocean Road. Zero traffic. Well, it's not pissing in rain. Be fantastic. So, no, Stretch wants to do that. I want to do that, and I think Kim's keen too, especially with his brother over from England. So we'll be doing that on the way back from the Burt. So we'll go down through the middle, Pig Route, and Moa Flat Road, and all that sort of stuff. All those good roads we love to go down on, but we're going to come back the other way up the west coast. And then in March, me and Stretch are going to do our first and maybe our last trip where we're going to take the old tents. So one of Q's videos inspired me to go and check out that top of the south, go over to the over that road. Can't remember the name of that area, but after Collingwood, go back over the west coast. You've got a bunch of gravel and nice roads there. Looks beautiful. I want to go. Looked awesome in your video. So we've settled on probably March. That's going to happen. So it'll be early Feb. Will be the Burt. Late Feb will be down to Thunder in Christchurch. And then sometime in March, probably later in March, I've got to go hunting as well. I've got to do some hunting probably in April. So March, it's going to be, we're going to go do that trip. So we're going to go over the coast, finish up, go over and then go north, finish up the coast, go over to Nelson, up through Collingwood, back across, do all that, and come back down. Kim might come with us. If you want to do it, you will need a tent and an inflatable mattress thing. No woman included, so you will need your inflatable mattress. But anyway, it's going to be a good trip. And then there's all going to be local trips around here as well, so who knows. Yeah. So it should be good. Those are the biggest trips coming up. So what are you drinking, Q, at the moment? You've always got something interesting. Still brewing your own? just while everybody's here, because it looks like most of us are here, I'd like to really thank Steve and you. You're here every month, man, and it helps me from talking to myself. Stretch has jumped on that, and that helps as well. So it's good that we have a good old chat in the chat and get everybody talking and that. You know, I'm a coordinator sort of guy. I'm an organizer. I get people together and all that sort of stuff. I like to do that side of things and the camaraderie and everything. So the me talking about bikes is part of it, but yeah, you know, I enjoy the banter. I want to thank everybody again, eh? A cup of tea. Yeah. That's cool. Still doing the spirits there. Yeah, that's great. All right, team. Well, it's been almost an hour. Anyone else got anything important to talk about? That's right. He likes their old rum. I like the Caribbean rums. Not a bit, not so much the dark rums. I like Caribbean stuff. And Coke, ice. Got to have ice in it. Keep it real cold. And fresh Coke. I don't like the Coke out of that cap thing. I like fresh Coke. Bring a mint. Squeeze a lemon. Cuba Libre, they call them. I know they drink a lot of them in Cuba, but I've never been to Cuba, but I still drink them. All right, team. Thanks for dropping in. Stretch, thanks for contributing in there and doing the chat. Mike, Guzzy Mike there, and Timaru. Name speaks for himself. Hugh, as always, mate. I hope you have a great harvest season. Steve over the ditch, Scotch and dry. Yeah, it's quite pretty good too. Like the old, I like the dry. And yeah, all right, team. Catch up with the 20th of December, I think we said. So it'll be the third Friday just before Christmas. I'll have a bit of helmet cam probably from the sidecar today, and maybe a bit from whatever riding we've done this month. A steak or two. I've got a steak for your Stretch. I've got one steak here and a couple of mana lamb chops, so we'll work something out, mate. No, forgot what I was going to say now. No rain. Might be a bit breezy and cool-ish. No rain tomorrow. I forgot what I was going to say. All right, team. Catch up with us. Thanks for dropping in, everyone, eh? And catch you next month, not before. Catch you later.